Hello indie game fans, more awesome monster taming games have popped up recently, so here we are once again to run through them, where I've enlisted the help of friend of the channel, Gym Leader Ed.
Hey, how's it going everyone? Just wanted to say once again, thank you so much to Clemmy for having me on the channel. My channel is solely dedicated to the monster taming genre as a whole. After you're done with this video, it would mean a lot to me if you could check out the sister video that Clemmy and I put together on my channel, which covers another 10 monster taming games, which you'll definitely want to check out. If you're a fan of monster taming as well as the MMORPG genre, you might find some solace in Untamed Isles, a monster taming MMORPG that has an emphasis on highly customizable monsters with their limb swapping mechanic, a complex type and subtype system, further customization via their breeding, dungeon raids, a wild area where other tamers can invade you and try to take your loot, instanced battling, which means if two players are facing off, everyone who is around them are able to spectate, turn-based strategic combat, and proximity voice chat. The game also integrates blockchain as well, and as of the time of recording this video, its Kickstarter is currently live. Definitely worth checking out in my opinion.
Dude mix.
If you're in the mood for less battling and something more chill, Chonkymon might be of interest, a 2D building title that looks to cross Terraria with a monster breeder. I love how cute everything in this game is, from the pastel colours and cute creature designs, down to the fact that the Chonkymons do say their own name as well. I'm not sure how freeform this game is and what the overall structure is like, but if you do love a dose of cuteness, this is a title to watch.
Entodrive is a 2.5D monster taming RPG currently available in early access. In a world where augmented reality has become pretty widespread, you play as the developer of a game called Entodrive. All is not well, however, because a strange group of hackers have somehow managed to allow for these monsters to manifest in the real world. As this game's creator, you're tasked with the responsibility of cleaning up your mess. Travel across a vast region, exploring various biomes, the N Corp, and remember that you brought these monsters into the world and now you've got to take them out.
An ambitious-looking open-world monster taming RPG is Ember Island, in that it incorporates elements like farming, but is ultimately about breeding the strongest monster to take part in tournaments. The hand-drawn art is something different, although it isn't the most eye-catching, but I do like what I see in the monster designs.
Our reigning champion Leonardo is the new challenger on the ropes. Here comes Strider with what appears to be yet another earth-shattering attack. But no! The new challenger has pulled out a superb defensive counter right at the last second. Not only is he not taking damage, but the attack has been entirely reflected. What an outstanding show of strategy. Now Leonardo is in a dire situation and Vespena is stalking down the field.
There's a classic turn-based combat system with the rock, paper, scissors, elemental strengths and weaknesses, which is fairly standard, but it does have the genetic breeding affecting stats and physical features.
Next up we got Mythcaller the Nightmare Shaman, a 2.5D monster taming platformer collectathon. In this world, you're strangely transported into a time long ago where monsters once roamed the Earth, in an era where the legendary hero went missing a few years prior. With that, you're tasked with taking the reign. The evil Shaman has risen since the age of the hero, and you must become the next legendary myth caller in order to defeat them and save the world. This game will feature tons of optional collectibles and various bosses. When defeated, will give you new movement abilities, allowing you to explore new areas and old areas in new ways. No release date yet, but the game is in early phases of development and looks like it could be a lot of fun.
Things have a funny way of coming around full circle in games where Nanomon Virtual Pet is more like Tamagotchi rather than Pokemon, where it's about raising a little pet creature all from the comfort of your desktop. The objective is to help your Nanomon accomplish its life objective, being something fresh and different as compared to the combat-heavy titles, and comes to us from the developer of Desert Child, so there is some pedigree here.
Formerly an MMO but now an action-adventure title, DokeV is a self-proclaimed open-world creature collector with real-time companion-based combat. You can collect various DokeV, which are creatures based in Korean mythology, and fight alongside them, utilizing some very funky weapons. Battling is not where all the fun lies, however, as there is a breathtaking world to explore and many ways to explore said world, whether it be on skateboard, rollerblades, or in a miniature car. The game also has been teasing at minigames being present, so with all of these different means of transit, I would not be surprised if we also have some racing elements as well. The game is confirmed to be coming to PC and consoles in 2022.
A fantastic looking upcoming game is Demon Lock, one that I've been keeping an eye on since it's from notable indie developer Heartbeast, who has a great game dev YouTube channel. It's a wonderful pixel art title where you're able to summon demons to fight for you, battling your enemies on your quest to take over the world. While still relatively early on in development, what has shown off so far looks pretty impressive, where I do like the art, colour palette and creature designs. Your player character does play a support role in combat, which is unique. If you want a peek into the wizardry that is game development, definitely go on over to his channel, where this game will be heading to Kickstarter in a little bit, so stay tuned and I'll let you know when.
Ascentures is a very interesting game to say the least. This is a self-described Pokemon-like, Zelda-like RPG. A lot of monster taming and subsequently RPG games in general have the main character just walking around, entering battle without doing much combat of their own. This game completely flips that on its head by having an array of monsters that can actually transform into various weapons. On top of this, the monsters can also be utilized in turn-based combat alongside the player themselves. All of this, coupled with the Game Boy Color aesthetic, definitely makes it one of my top retro-themed games that I'm looking forward to.
It's no secret that I love the original Slime Rancher from 2017, so 4 years and multiple free updates later, it was about time for Slime Rancher 2 to show up, where I'm very excited for this. While it looks similar visually, doing a side-by-side comparison will actually show how much has changed, where it's set on a mysterious new island filled with new slimes. The original had one of the most compelling gameplay loops that I have come across, so I'm excited to see where this goes, taking the #1 spot. For more monster taming titles, be sure to hop on over to the companion video on Ed's channel linked above.